Alright, what's up, people? We Willie here. I'll be playing Vance Longstroke, Bard Extraordinaire, Songsmith and Weaver of Tales.
And one-hit wonder.
That's right, exactly. Though we shouldn't speak of such things, Gideon. On to my good friend, my dear friend Mordecai.
Hello, my name's Mordecai. I'm Pathfinder in chat, the newly crowned Troll Killer. And we are here to play some 13th Age. Woot woot. Had an epic kill last week, but I'm sure Scarlet will tell you more about that. I'm going to go to the captain.
Ahoy there, I'm Captain Ahab, playing Captain Tom Flint, and I'll toss it over to Killian.
Yes, this is Stig and Pat playing Killian the Paladin, and we're going to go to Agnes, who has our recap this week as well.
I forgot to mention, my first mate is Wilbur the Owlbear.
It's okay, Wilbur, he didn't mean anything.
I'm Miss Scarlet Nitz. I play Agnes the Dwarf Fighter, and have the recap for you tonight.
Miss Scarlet, you're going to town over there. You're whatever you're crafting over there. You're going to town on that before we get going. I'm impressed with your crochet skills.
It's not crochet.
Well, knitting, weaving.
You really stepped in at the end, David.
I'm like batting zero with Miss Scarlet right now.
Oh.
Alright, our recap. The party acquired the White Ghost Shivers antitoxin. The word was sent that the Sahagwans entered town that day. Wilbur stayed in bed that day, feeling a little bit sicker than everyone else. The rest of us, minus Mordecai, went to the Oozing Eye and enjoyed the company of the Alehouse Drakes, though not so much the company of Proud Mary Crewman, the Salty Pete.
You just messing with me. I'm trying to help you.
Down, Pete. Let the lady speak.
Shut up, Pete, before I cut your tongue out.
That's my job. There, we also heard rumors that practically broke our dear captain. The Emerald Queen got into a large gun battle with orc ships. Shortly after Mordecai finally joined the party, we went to McCrackle's general store to meet with the Sahagwan, where we were invited to go to the Sahagwan Council's village the next afternoon. That day they were meeting with their rival faction. Permission was granted from the Master Sergeant to go to the graveyard that night. The captain told us that the graveyard was the burial site for the Lich King's High Council. Feeling a bit better, we went to the graveyard and found no sign of the Gravekeeper, but did find a stairwell. Following such, we hit an intersection. To the east was a bookcase filled with the Emperor's journals from Castrin's Point's beginnings, and a chamber with a sarcophagus from the First Age, bearing the name Ovia and the Lich King's mark. To the west, we awoke a group of Sturges, and after a battle, found a similar chamber to that on the east end. And now we return to Bullet, already in progress.
Fantastic.
Very nice. So how'd that strong arm go last week, Mordecai, when you walked right into the Master Sergeant's office last week and said, "Look, Battle, this is what's going to happen."
It went exactly the way I intended it to.
I do love how you basically slandered the captain from using the words of the Master Sergeant. That was good.
Are you playing with a slinky?
That's on the slinky.
Yes, and the captain bought that line of bull manure, hook, line, and sinker, as I recall. Not the most perceptive chap, our dear captain, but I love him nonetheless.
You guys are so awesome. All right, so we're going to
In
go
the
back on
meantime, I'm going to
TV.
roll my icon dies.
Well, that's what we need to do. As you can see here, it is time. Everybody can go ahead and roll their icon relationship rolls. We'll see what happens. Hopefully
Well,
you guys
I
will-
rolled 3 2s, so
I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, look, I actually rolled something today.
a 6
boy.
and a 5.
Nicely done, Agnes.
I rolled nothing.
You guys know what to do. You can put your... Ooh, wow, look! Hardly any rolls this week. I kind of like that.
Right. So should we just not even put our five? Should we put our fives into it?
Yeah, just put,
Yeah,
you
five-
put
It's
your
only
5 or
5s and
6.
6s.
Fives mean that something could happen, but it's probably not going to be what you like.
Right.
So
Okay.
I like to see. Look at Agnes. She was the clutch roller this week. Captain Tom, you rolled like crap too. You didn't roll anything.
I got a 5, but you know,
Oh, well, man, holy cow! All right.
four sixes in the past 2 weeks. Eventually, luck's got to catch up.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I mean, you
I
usually
picture
you're
a
Suck it, not
scenario
everybody.
where
Pretty
Agnes
solid.
is the lone survivor tonight. Oh dear.
I have to put you on another map before this map. I have so many maps going across the map tool, it doesn't scroll with you, unfortunately. All right.
Dave, while you were getting that up and pulling that up and everything, I will have to take a short break at about 9 o'clock.
Sure, no problem. How long do you need? Maybe we'll just...
10 minutes.
All right, sure, no problem. That should be plenty of time to kill your character off. I mean, I don't...
Yes, yes.
Love it. Okay, so you guys just had an encounter with several Sturge. You vanquished the foes, and I remember Captain Tom and Killian, they started proceeding north into the chamber, which, as you could see, where we left off, there was another tomb inside of this small chamber also. Same type of, 8-sided chamber, just like the other one, the 8th side being the entrance that you proceed into the chamber. So,
All right, Killian, are you going to inspect this chamber? You've already done us the favor of getting these beasts sucked on us, so at least you could do is look about, chap.
A minor inconvenience.
Okay. Say that when we're surrounded by all sorts of foul undead.
yeah, Killian, as you enter the chamber, you and Tom can both see that there's spider webs, just like in the other chamber. No large spiders, just small ones running around, running across the webs, jumping from web to web, trying to get away from you. There is also on the ground several sacks, more of these clay pottery jars, jugs, and the dominating feature of this chamber also is another, what appears to be a sarcophagus, or as Big Dirt would say, a carciphagus.
So I'm assuming that just like the other one, there's a name somewhere in this.
Possibly, yeah. But you can also tell that there is a faint, looks like the inscriptions, the wards that are on the other sarcophagus also. The same color blue.
I want to take a look just in this general area. If I see any kind of, I'm going to have to do a search or whatever, but looking for any sort of secret entrances or secret chambers, something like that.
Sure, if you want to do a perception check in this place, go for it.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find the name.
Pathfinder, your camera on the floor tonight, bud?
Hey, it's down low on the table. So you're getting a little bit of the beer gut there.
A little bit of fan service for us, Dave.
Dude, that looks like the whole brewery.
Hey, I like to keep it in front of me where I can see it.
23 on my perception.
Your perception check reveals that there are no secret chambers, no type of false panels, and you're careful. You're kind of guiding your way around the different sides, and you almost stumble over one of the jars, cook it over, but you're able to steady yourself, Captain. You've got feet like a cat.
Don't you mean foot like a cat?
What do you guys think?
What the devil is up there, Killian? What do you see, man?
It's another tomb like the one across the way. I'm trying to find and see if there's a name in it.
Okay,
Sure, you look around the tomb. Well, you look around the sarcophagus, and there are engravings on the top. Between the different hashes of the icon, the Lich King's symbol, you can see that this says the Tomb of Alexander, year 149. Same year as Ovia, in the opposite chamber, year 149. The tomb is covered in magical wards. You could probably give me a killing. You could probably give me some type of, I would say, Arcana check, or maybe a religion check, to see if as you're getting pretty close and looking, and as you're getting closer, you can see that the light of the wards are basically reflecting off of your face.
Okay. I'm going to go with religion then, since that's a little better.
Okay. Like I said, lots of clay sacks, jugs in the chamber. Sarcophagus is lying on a pedestal about 3 to 4 feet off of the ground. And, like I said, it is embroidered with the symbol of the Lich King, of the Spinach King.
With the 13, can I tell if one, the wards are still intact, and two, if they're here to keep whatever's in the sarcophagus in them?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can tell that this is a mixture of both power from like a holy power, and also of an arcanic power. Sort of like something that has involved a combined effort to seal what is inside of the sarcophagus, and also probably to protect anything getting into it. It's actually a really powerful ward. This is something that you've only read about in tombs and journals back at the monastery.
I'll pick up one of the pouches or whatever you said was on the floor real quick, and just look in it and see if there's anything interesting.
Oh, the clay jars there, Captain?
Either that or the
bags.
Sack.
Yeah,
the sacks.
Whenever you pick up one of the sacks, the bottom just falls. You get it up about 1 or 2 feet, and then it just, the bottom falls out of it, and you hear a and it's just like a massive squat that just and it has this hideous smell, and you see a lot of worms in this. Probably it's like an old tribute bag of grains that's just been saturated throughout time, and there's a lot of worms running in and out of this, and creating chambers, and flies coming off of it, but there's this horrible stench, and now this horrible stench is starting to fill the chamber, and everybody else can start to smell this also.
And okay, so this obviously would have been loud enough for anybody in the chamber to hear him do that, right?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear the sack actually ripped. It was just, you got to figure.
I heard the plop.
You hear the plop, but this sarcophagus has been here since 149, so this tribute's probably been here as long.
Else in this room.
What is that smell?
So you're just holding a bag
now. What are you guys doing up there?
Tom.
Defecating or something? We need to find this Gravekeeper or something. Is he in there or not?
He's not here. No, let us continue southward.
Okay, very well. I grow tired of this damn dungeon killing. Let's finish our business post haste, man.
I don't have any dynamic light whatsoever.
sir, because I believe that you do not have a torch lit. So you are
Yeah,
therefore...
I lit a torch.
Okay, I will put a torch on you. You had no lighting on you, so you were going off of the others. That should be better for you. Don't forget to take one of your torches off
I'll
of
take it
your
out.
sheet. Don't mind this big escalation die here. That means literally nothing. Just the mechanic of the game.
There's another one here to the west. Actually, Dave, I remember lighting a torch, and I don't have one either.
Wilbur, do slow down. Stay close to me. I kind of grab Wilbur's tail feathers. Lovingly, of course.
Hey,
I caress them.
Vance.
Down, boy, down, Wilbur.
Vance, do you have a quill and paper in your?
Most certainly.
sir.
An idea for a poem spring up in that steel trap that passes for your mind there, Mordecai?
No, but would you please map this dungeon for us and get us a little
Lord.
map?
Why
each
must
one
I
of
be
these-
so put upon? First I'm your dagger sheath, and now I'm your cartographer. Man, you are stressing the bonds of friendship a little bit much. But yes, I will
We can
will
always
make
leave
a
you to
rough
get
map.
lost in here.
Agnes, please, not just about such things. All right, I have my quill out. I'm mapping the place, Mordecai. Happy now?
Well,
Take
the
record.
rogue and the bard are bickering over who's going to be the bigger coward at this. But no, I'm kidding. But while the rogue and the bard are bickering about this, I'm actually going to look for the next name in this tomb.
So as you guys get to the intersection, you kind of maneuver yourself around the middle chamber there, and with the ceiling that has naturally caved in over time. You head to the western wall. You see that the chamber does have another sarcophagus. One thing that you do notice about Mordecai, Killian, as you guys start to enter this chamber, you do notice that there is a sweet smell that is sort of refreshing compared to the last stench, the stench pot that you guys, the cesspool that you were just in the other chamber.
Is this a smell we would recognize?
Sure, it smells like a sweet honey oil. Probably in the containers of probably the jars and jugs.
We rolled a crit.
Yeah, I rolled a crit on that perception, trying to find the name.
So what? Okay, when you guys roll, I need to know what you guys are
I
doing
told you I was
and
rolling.
whatnot. Okay, but for what though? I can
I
roll a
told you I
dice
was-
too.
I
got
told you
it.
I was looking for the other name.
A game of dice?
there-
Oh, yeah, Killian. May I buy in, sir?
There is no need, Killian, to roll for finding the name, because there's another inscription on the top of the sarcophagus, and this says, "Here lies Gixon," and the year says 150.
Is that Gixon?
It is. And this tomb, this sarcophagus, like the other two that you have found before this, they are decorated with the same blue magical wards as the others.
Bardtographer, did you get that name?
I got it, Mordecai. Yes, I will do my job. You do yours and protect me, you fool. Is the crypt keeper in there, Killian? Let's find
He's
this
not in
fellow
this
and be
one. I'm
off.
going to let us proceed to the eastern.
Now, I will,
Cryptid.
hold on 1 second, I'm not done yet. Now, I will tell you, Killian, with your perception check, that you were, looking around in the jars and the other sacks. These jars seem to be preserved, and that is what you're able to smell, is this sweet, honeysuckle type of honey or fluid that is in these jars. Doesn't smell stale. It smells like it's been preserved over the years. Also, some of them have berries also. The berries don't look to be in too good a shape. but the liquid in most of the other jars are. Also, some you open up a couple of these jars. As you kind of open up the lid, you get a whiff. Oof, you know what's in there. Probably some type of salted or cured fish, because you can see the tail sticking up towards the top of the jar. So you guys want to proceed over to the eastern chamber? You proceed over to the other chamber.
Ladies first, Agnes.
Yes.
Ladies first.
Killian, I don't know. I don't know how you feel, but I would prefer to look and not touch in these rooms.
A sound policy, Mordecai.
Same type of tribute in this chamber, Killian. Same types of religious symbols, the arcanic runes on top. Seems like something is definitely trying to keep these things here, and bound to this catacomb. There's a small altar in this chamber. Nothing on the altar. Actually, what you do see though, there was like a probably an area where a book laid on this at one point, so it doesn't have the thick dust residue as the rest of the surrounding area on top of the altar. So it looks like a book was probably removed here, or a page or a leaflet or something. But there are more barrels here. The barrels and everything in this chamber is pretty much trash.
What is the name on this one?
I'm glad that you asked that, Killian, because it says the year 150, and here lies Eora. And the one thing about the inscriptions on this sarcophagus, you notice that the lid has more of a religious presence inscribed into the lid.
And you said the contents in this room are kind of like the first two, where they're kind of rotten and moldy, and
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and you guys are kind of checking them out. I don't know if you'd want to take a sip of that honey mead back in the other chamber. I don't know if you'd want to, take a sip of something a couple thousand years old.
I should hope not. I'd much rather a glass of Ellis's fine elvish wine. If you catch my drift, Mordecai, let's be at it, man.
I have a flask.
Would you kindly indulge me and let me have a sip of that?
Sure.
Maybe it would bolster my spirits somewhat.
Bolster your spirits.
I take Mordecai's flask and
Okay,
draw deeply from
Oh,
it.
wait a minute.
back out of this
got-
one and
got
start
the
heading
lamp on.
southward.
Mordecai, what are you, a foul assassin? Sent to murder me?
Well, yes,
But
yes,
do
I
not
am. But
play games. Hand me the wine, fellow, and I'll forgive you.
here you go. I'll even let you borrow my horn here. I'm gonna fill in the
I
horn.
want
I can
nothing
hang
to
in the
do with that
full.
horn of yours, as you say.
Hey, everybody! It looks like there's been another cave-in up here to the west.
Another cave in, you say? All right. Mordecai,
I'm
I'll
assuming
bandage
that's what
just with
that
you
is
later.
here in the room, right?
It is. As you move into this western chamber, this is actually the worst of all the cave-ins. Lots of rubble, lots of natural earth, a lot of stone and earth, and portions of the wall are all in this pile. This is a pile that's probably about 3 to 3.5 feet tall. And this chamber's definitely seen better days. And in fact, it looks like it doesn't look too safe. I mean, it doesn't look as safe as the other chambers, but it does look passable. Give me everybody give me a per. Well, actually, Killian and Mordecai, give me a perception check, please, both of you.
I was actually about to ask about that. See if the chamber was occupied.
Agnes, do you think that damned fool Paladin is stirring up more of those sturges or whatever it was we fought?
If he does, he does.
You seem rather blasé about this whole thing.
Well, if he does, there's nothing we can do about it other than kill them.
Quite right, but I'd rather not stir them up in the first place.
No, we have to find the Gravekeeper.
There you go.
I agree.
So, Killian, as you both are walking in, Killian and Mordecai, you both see two beautiful, what appears to be flowers, big bulby flowers on stalks, sticking up out of the debris. There's 4 of these stalks. They appear to be beautiful flowers, bulbs that just have not bloomed yet. Not quite.
Can I roll a nature check and see if I can tell what they are?
Sure, you most certainly can. I would love for you to do a nature check. I want to see if you know what types of bulbs these are. So as you get down, as you get a little bit closer there, Mordecai, which I'm gonna kind of move you up so you can get a little bit better inspection. As you're climbing up into this rubble and pilfering your way through this, all of a sudden these bulbs actually turn and look at you, and there are 2 eyes. There's an eye on each one of these stalks, and then all of a sudden the whole mound of debris, the earth, everything starts to shift and rumble. And let's roll initiative because you're in the presence.
Oh dear heavens, Agnes!
You are in
To
the
me,
presence
to me.
of 2 Ultiugs.
It's a kraken! Everybody get back!
Nice crit, Agnes.
It's like old Vance will be bringing up the rear again. I like it from the back, anyways.
That's what Martha said when she was behind you.
Martha.
Alright, so I've got 2 initiatives I'm going to do real quick. These are a very large creature. Both of these creatures take up the entire chamber almost. These things
Asses to elbows.
tower
Captain.
asses to elbows.
My initiative didn't show up again. I don't know why this is
Well,
happening.
don't forget, you can also roll twice.
Oh, good point. Thank you.
Ooh, horrible rolls.
Even better. Okay.
I'm going to stick with the 24 I
Are
rolled
you
first.
targeting your token, Captain?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Do you have your at tracker at the end of it there, Cap? Your macro?
Yeah, I think I'm just using the macro that has my initiative on it.
Are you targeting the token? You have to be targeting your token.
I had it selected.
Be right
Interesting.
back 1 second.
There you go. I will add you. Go ahead and change your number to whatever it is with your best of 2 rolls. I will go ahead and add
Mordecai didn't come up either.
Yep, I will add Mordecai with his 26 initiative, which is ridiculous once again. He has got the best initiative rolls I think I've ever seen. I don't think he's ever rolled less than a 25, Vance. Alright, so we have...
His initiative is the least ridiculous thing about him, Dave.
Except for licking those eyelashes. So Mordecai, what are you doing? You are up first. You have gotten the jump. You've been able to use your cat-like reflexes to dodge the impending doom that may loom over you, and you've got the jump. So what are you doing first, sir, Mordecai? As you just did not hear a single word that I said, you're up, Mordecai.
I'm not engaged with this guy yet, right?
I do believe you are.
You are engaged, yes, sir. You are close enough to
Okay,
be
well,
engaged. These things have massive tentacles, sprawling out, multiple tentacles. These eyes have basically withdrawn back into their head. Just like the Book of Vile Darkness, the eye.
I'm gonna go for.
The wizard
back
eyes,
in.
well,
Yes.
very, very nice.
These are a more common type of kraken I fought many times before.
A land kraken is
A land kraken.
Right, okay. Just as fearsome as this land shark I've heard of.
But much smaller.
I'm going.
But still ferocious.
Right.
These are actually
Proceed with
quite big.
caution.
I'm going for an evasive strike attack here.
Okay. Let's take a look at evasive strike. That's your new one. It's a dexterity plus level versus AC.
18 versus AC.
18 versus armor class. That is a miss.
Damn.
It is
I told you they're ferocious, Mordecai.
I think you need to sharpen those knives of yours, Mordecai.
Krakens are not to be toyed with.
Does it still give me the movement though if I use that strike even on a miss?
Let's take a look at this. What is it? Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too.
I figured you'd be telling me how the feature worked. Let's see.
Precisely.
Let's see. Damage. You missed. You're still gonna do damage. Don't forget, guys. On misses, you do damage equal to your level, so it will take 2 damage. But on a miss, that's it.
Okay, good. I get it confused with the other one because there's one of them that you still get the movement even if
That
you
was
miss,
tumbling
so-
strike, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Not knowing the rogue class thoroughly, but I do recall that. Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to do, Mordecai?
I'm going to disengage and back up.
Okay, you have 2 creatures there, which they are. I'll just say 1. So go ahead and do a DC 11 saving throw. And if you are successful, I will allow you to disengage. If not, your movement is expended. You successfully disengage, so you can move up to the allotted movement. As this foul monstrosity looks like it's reaching out to you with one of its tentacles.
Mordecai, wrong way, fellow. Wrong way. Don't show your back to the enemy. Fight! Fight till you die.
Never turn your back on a kraken. They'll get you every time.
Agnes.
I've seen a fellow with 7 knives run from a fight. I'm disappointed, Mordecai.
Shouldn't it be Killian? He has a 24 initiative.
It's
Yeah,
called
remember I'm a
tactical
human.
retreat.
I rolled
That
a
is,
24 and a 23, and I kept the 24.
Well, that's because I did not descend it, Killian. So yes, you are up, Killian. Please, Killian, by all means, attack. Or you can sit there and get on a knee and pray. Pray to your deity. Pray to your icon that you need the inner strength to vanquish these foul creatures that you've never encountered before.
Testicular fortitude or whatever.
So what say you, Killian?
So I'm going to step into this thing. I'm going to look at it, and I'm actually going to burn one of my smite evils, and I'm going to look at it and say, "Foul beast of the underworld, I care not where you came from, but you shall return from whence you came."
Whoa. I almost want to watch Lord of the Rings after hearing that, Killian.
Whoa.
You shall not pass.
So your 15 versus armor
Apparently
class is a miss.
And I rolled max damage.
Yeah, that's a real sticker, isn't it? So I'm gonna
Ahoy
bring,
there, Killian.
I'm gonna bring
I
the
told you
where they're
escalation
from.
die. I'm gonna bring this
Hang on.
escalation die down here with us. It is set at 0.
Need to add a D12 to the damage. Well, no, it just does.
Hello.
I think it just does. Is it just the 2, or do I?
How does
Just-
smite work, Killian?
No, half on damage or half on miss.
Okay.
For your attack, your smite.
Smite deals half damage on miss. So
So
I rolled an 11, so it
8
takes
and 5, so
7
13.
damage.
You rolled an 11, so it takes 5 damage, Killian.
13 damage. That's right.
Add half. Add 1d
No,
and
it's
1d12 to the
level
damage
plus
and roll. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yes. So.
So 7 damage.
All right. Gotcha. Your total damage was what? D12. Wouldn't you do a total of If
We'll
you're
do
doing
8 plus 7, whatever, 15, I think. No, 8 plus 5, so
13.
13. Yeah.
The miss damage would just be his level, right?
Oh, it's just his level. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. I
no,
was doing half
I don't
damage.
know. His miss damage is different for
Yeah,
smite.
Oh, okay.
The miss damage from the smite is 5, and go ahead and deal
And
with
then
Agnes,
2
and I'll get
for
back.
his level, so that correct. That would be
okay.
7.
Alright.
That's what I was thinking. 7.
Alright.
Yep.
So that's it for me.
Okay, Agnes, you are up now. Watch Agnes run in here and show you guys how to do it. Look at that. Are you attacking the creature to the top or to the bottom? Because you're in a position you're engaged to both, basically. You can attack
The
either
one
or.
on the top.
Okay, go for it. Agnes, wow, she swings her longsword and attacks. She hits with a solid 23, and she does her damage, which is 8.
And I'm going to carve an opening, which means that my crit range is now 19 or 20.
Wow, so you're going to use a flexible attack then, right?
Yeah.
Agnes is solid with the fighter, man.
That's right.
That's intimidating. Anything else for you, Agnes?
Nope, we're good.
She is a brawler, that's for sure. The captain, Captain Tom Flint, how's it going tonight? You're up.
I'm gonna take 2 steps up here and pull out my bow and fire off at the one closer to the bottom, the one engaged with Killian.
Okay. Yeah, you just saw that Killian had a pretty sloppy miss, but seems like he kind of fell into it, causing it some harm, because you see a little bit of this blackish bile oozing out of a few slices.
That's gonna miss.
Captain Tom, you almost hit Mordecai in front of you, as Mordecai hears an arrow sling right past his head, and Wilbur just looks over at you and just shakes his head at you.
I need to check one thing real quick, but Wilbur, all he's gonna do is take a step in front of Vance and stand there.
Okay. Did you also get my message in the journal?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
yeah. Got a tweet back from Mr. Hines.
See, that's what I thought. I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure.
Yeah, I was pretty adamant about that too, but then I started reading again. I'm like, maybe it's separate, but it's not. So, which makes it actually makes sense. So, all right. So Wilbur moves, and is that it for the captain this round?
I'm checking one thing real quick.
Okay. Is there any miss damage on your bow?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my level, so I guess he takes 2 damage.
Okay. I should give that to Mordecai, but I won't do that.
Yeah, you should.
Check that ear, Mordecai. I think you got a bit of a bleed going on there.
Hey,
That
Or-
appears to
okay.
be some sort of low form of insult directed at you, Captain. What? Thank you.
I'm done. So
Okay. Otiug, however you want to say it. These
Land
tentacles, yes, these land, they actually do represent land krakens. That's for sure. They have multiple tentacles, and this first Otiug, the one that is engaged with our paladin Killian, slashes out with a couple of tentacles. And let's see if you are hit. This is an attack versus physical defense, by the way.
Okay.
Ooh, so I'm not even going to ask. So the first one is it slashes out at you for 23 versus physical defense. So you're going to take a... oh, wow. You're going to take a total of 5 damage from that. And the second slash from the second tentacle that is coming out. 27 versus physical defense for another 5. And that is it. Well,
is it AC or physical defense?
physical defense.
He's attacking
Physical defense. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Physical defense.
I mean, that is Those are some high numbers.
Yeah, I rolled a 15 and a 19, so...
Captain, you seem to be going a little pale. I thought you were rather experienced in dealing with Kraken, my friend. Don't falter on me now. Buck up there.
Oh, I'm rather experienced. That's why I'm here in the back.
Touche, Captain, touche.
Vance, it is your turn in the
You
initiative
fellows
order.
seem to be having a hard time handling these land Kraken. Let the old Vance show you how it's done here. And so saying, I pull out my lute and start strumming my familiar tune now, a song of heroes, inspiring everyone. Right.
That's
there we
everyone
go.
within 35 feet, right? Or within sound of your tune,
It
right?
says nearby, so 35 feet. I guess.
Yeah, everybody's well within range.
Everybody's gonna get it then.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to direct some words of power, from my considerable might, towards this particularly ugly one down here in front of Killian.
Okay.
Let me get my macros up. Alright, beast, go back to the depths and get ass to elbow with some of your fellows. We have no need of you here. And so saying... It's MD, I don't know.
A
if that hits
14 versus magical defense, that is a hit.
That's how it's done, fellows. Alright, I'm gonna roll some beautiful damage. I say I am, but is it going through on your end, Dave?
Negative Ghost Rider. Those beautiful macros that I created for everyone else, they seem to work pretty good.
I didn't hit the button.
I'm just playing.
I missed a string there. String snapped on me there. Bing! But yeah, there you go. 9 damage there.
And
And a little bit of black ooze squirts out of what passes for its ears.
And this is
Take that.
the target on the bottom, correct? The one.
Exactly,
Okay.
precisely.
Very nice.
Oh,
Vance.
my miss
I'm going to
damage
sit
is now
tight behind
3,
Wilbur
Dave.
and then continue fondling his tail feathers. Wilbur, do stay here, fellow. I don't want to be exposed directly to those foul tentacles.
Yes, Killian?
I was going to say my miss damage, if I activate the ability on that breastplate, is now at 3 instead of 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Atiug that is engaged to our fighter here. Agnes lashes out several times with its tentacles. First attack is a 17, which is a miss. And the second lash out is a 20 versus armor class. Would the 20 hit, or is that a miss?
That will hit.
Okay, so seeing that is an even hit, the Altiog also pulls you in and grabs you. So you are you are also grabbed, and as it grabs you, it is going to get a free big toothy maw attack as well, and it will get a bonus, a +4 bonus to hit, because any creature grabbed in 13th Age gets a +4 to hit. So I will use a big bite you with a big toothy maw, and it sinks its choppers into your AC at a 19, which is probably a miss, right?
19 is my AC.
Oh, so you're going to take a total of 21 damage from the slash of the tentacle and the big toothy maw damage.
I'm going to
Oh,
take
damn.
Heavy Warriors, so I'm going to take half damage. It's a free action.
Okay.
So that would be, so 21 divided by 2 is, what, round down to...
About 10
Rounds up.
damage. So... No.
What a lascivious beast groping all over Agnes like
Torquemada,
that.
thank you very
Hands
much, man.
off.
Thank you,
I can see the
Torquemada.
fan art
I appreciate
already.
it, man.
That's right. Japanese entertainment. Yes, we all get it.
All right. So Mordecai, we are up to we are at round 2. So I've put the escalation die at 1, and it is now 1 on the cam as well. And Mordecai, you are up.
Now, does he keep Agnes grabbed, the one that has her grabbed?
Yes, Agnes is grabbed. So, do we have a grabbed condition? Let me.
I use the net usually. But
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, I
what's
don't know how to put those on.
okay.
Just
no
click
problem.
your icon, and there's going to be two bubbles, a gear and a bubble. Click on the bubble.
Yep, the bubble, and then there is a little net. Scroll down, third line. There you go. You are grabbed. So you
I'm
can
gonna go
escape
here
from a
and-
grab, but